Welcome to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to go in great detail and talk about the three methodologies by which you can set up a limited liability company in the state of Massachusetts. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is the first methodology is based on the offline method. The second is online. The third is through a third party, which I'm going to go in great detail and describe and give you the complete breakdown about. Now, where you need to go in the first step is to a website called mass.gov. This is the Massachusetts official website for limited liability companies and limited liability partnerships. Now, you need to understand what a limited liability is before you form a limited liability. And today I'm going to go in detail and give you a breakdown of what a limited liability company is. Now, the assets that you have, the wealth that you have, you need to protect that wealth. You need to protect that assets. By forming a limited liability company, you're able to protect your wealth and your assets. How are you going to do that? Once you form a limited liability company, the actual identity of your own and the identity of your organization is separated. Meaning, if you are to be sued or you get into any trouble down the line, your identity of your organization is going to be completely separate. Your wealth and your assets and your bank accounts are going to be protected and they will not be touched. While on the other hand, your organization and your business is the one that is going to go to court, who's the one that needs to pay up the money and do all the other legal binding terms that are going to be given to them. So a limited liability company is an unincorporated association that provides limited liability to its owners and members. Members are not personally liable for anything in the limited liability company, such as debts, obligations, or liabilities, and members can take part in management and control of the LLC without increasing their personal exposure beyond their contribution to the business. Like corporations, LLC are created by filing a certificate of organization with the Secretary of the Commonwealth and paying a fee. The LLC function under the terms of an operating agreement, a document comparable to a partnership agreement, and an LLC must also file an annual report with the Secretary of the Commonwealth, as well as you can see the Secretary of the Commonwealth website over here by clicking over here, and it'll give you a complete breakdown. And once you actually click on this, it will take you to the next page. Now, this is the limited liability company partnership. Now, you can do it online by clicking here or do it offline with getting the information in the forms. Once we click on it, it will take us to the next page. Now, this is the complete breakdown of the forms for the LLC certificate of organization and the professional LLC certificate of organization. Now, the first thing that you need to do is you need to get a employer identification number. Now, this is something which is very important, guys, because if you do not have an employer identification number, which is known as an EIN, you're unable to hire individuals for your organization. Now, there's three steps that you need to understand and need to follow. The first step is that you need to have an organization which is within the US or in the US territories. The second thing that you need to do is that you need to complete the full documentation in one go. And that is one of the reasons why you need to have a registered agent, which I'm going to speak about in a second. Now, you have 15 minutes per session to complete all the information. And if you exceed the limit of 15 minutes, you would need to start over again. And that is why I recommend for you to have all your documentations in hand with you when you're actually applying for your EIN. And the third step is once the validations is done, you will immediately be issued with your EIN number. You can print it, you can save it, and then you can actually hire individuals for your organization. Now, the second step is the name for the limited liability company, and the name has to be unique. One of the common mistakes which a lot of young entrepreneurs tend to do when they form a LLC is the name of their business and the name of their website and the name of their social media handles are different. Please make sure that you are using the same name for all three of them. It is difficult. It is challenging to find a name that covers all the tracks, but you have to make sure that you do find a name that works for you and you can get it for your website and for your social media handles. The next thing is that you need to have a street address for your office in the Commonwealth in the state of Massachusetts at which the records will be maintained. Now, this is a common mistake for people who are running e-commerce websites that want to form an LLC, that they don't actually get an office with a PO box where mails could be sent, where correspondence can be done. Then this is one of the requirements to form an LLC, that you need to have a physical place where your organization, where your business exists, that has an address where correspondence can be done. You need a latest date of dissolution. You need a business and address of the agent of service, which is your registered agent. We're going to talk about it in a second, the name and address of that individuals. And obviously, once all of that is done, you'll be able to actually start your business. Now, you can file it online by clicking over here. Once you click on file online, it will take you to the next page. Over here, you can actually put your customer ID number and your PIN. And if you have not got information in regards to this, you can click here, forming a new identity. Once you click on it, it will take you to the next page where you can select the domestic profit corporation, the domestic limited liability company, or the domestic benefit corporation. Because we're doing it for a domestic limited liability company, you will click on the certificate of organization and you can start providing all that information online. And hopefully, if you have everything in hand, you will not face any problems. Now, who is a registered agent and why do you need it? Every single LLC, corporation, and nonprofit is required to have an official registered agent. Sometimes that is called a statute agent, a resident agent, or an agent of service of process in each state where you are doing business. Meaning, if you're in the state of Washington, in the state of New York, in the state of Texas, you need to have one registered agent in every single state that will be taking care of your legal correspondence. So the registered agent serves as a permanent physical presence in the state, and the registered agent is the address where the state government can contact you with legal and tax correspondence, including franchise tax forms, notice of legislations, required annual reports, and every single legal requirement. And they know how to respond back to the actual department, what to reply back, and when to reply back, and how to reply back. And once you're running an organization, guys, one of the major mistakes that people tend to make is not get a registered agent. You will have a lot on your plate. And that is the reason why you need to delegate this to an individual that understands what they need to do and that have been doing it. So their sole job is to be correspondents. Now, if this seems overwhelming to you, there's a website called Incfile.com. And this is the easiest way to set up and manage your business. And you can join over 800,000 businesses that have launched Incfile since 2004, and they will help you to get started with a new company. They will have the right structure for your company. They will help you manage your state compliances and get a registered agent service in the US. And you can do all of that in 4 simple steps. The first step is going to be you have to click Start My Business. Once you click on it, you'll go to the next page where you'll select the sort of formation that you want. In this case, we're doing it as a limited liability company in the state of Massachusetts. So once you do that, they'll give you 3 options: the silver, the gold, and the platinum. Now, the silver one, the state fee is $520, which is going to be the same for the platinum and the gold. But the fee for the package is going to be different. The gold is for $199 and the package fee for the platinum is for $299. In total, the platinum is going to cost $819. The gold is going to cost $719 and the silver is just going to cost $520. I recommend all my viewers to go for the platinum because you get a lot of features with it. For example, you get the business contract templates, you get your domain name and business email, you get your preparation of filing article of organization, unlimited name searches, free registered agent service for a year, your EIN business tax number, your IRS form 2553, your operating agreement, your banking resolutions, your lifetime company alerts, online access dashboards, unlimited phone and email support, as well as business banking and business tax consultation. And obviously, once you're forming a limited liability company, you got to make sure that you cover all your bases, that you don't run into any problems in the future with the government or any legal body for that matter. And when you have individuals that have done it for more than 800,000 different businesses, you can be assured that they know what they're doing. But still, sometimes you need to communicate with someone, and that is a requirement for a lot of individuals. They want to speak to a business advisor, they want to speak to a business attorney, and that is why you can always head to a website called avo.com and you can search for the state of Massachusetts and get a limited liability company lawyers. There's 66 lawyers with 155 reviews, and you can clearly see the individuals that are available in the state of Massachusetts that can support you, that can assist you, that can guide you, and that have been helping young entrepreneurs and startups and individuals such as sole traders and partnerships to move and become a limited liability company. You can call them, you can message them, you can check their websites out as well. You can search them online as well and see what companies they've been working with. And after you are assured that this is an individual that can support you and guide you, you can contact them and get their help. Guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, do let me know in the comment section below. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to the channel and do not forget to press the bell icon. Share this video with your friends and with your family so they can find out how easy it is to actually create a limited liability company in the state of Massachusetts. Stay tuned for our next video. Until then, take care.